Hey, it's Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. There was an early morning Woj bomb today, although not that surprising. Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans and his agent Chris Paul have requested a trade from New Orleans, and Paul informed the Pelicans that Davis will not be signing his 5-year, $240 million extension this summer, should they offer it. The Sacramento Kings finished up their road trip with a 122-108 loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. De'Aaron Fox led the way for the Kings with 21 points. Montrezl Harrell had a big game for the Clippers, 25 points, 7 rebounds. He was 11 of 13 from the field. The Kings now get a couple of days off before welcoming the Hawks into the Golden One Center on Wednesday.
What's next? Because we already heard the early morning Woj bomb line. Let's see. You're going to probably say something about Luka Doncic, right?
Yeah, he had a 35-point triple-double last night.
Nobody cares, Kyle.
Oh, okay. It's 8:06. Plan now to watch a big game at Sammy's Restaurant, the best food and drink inside Stone's Gambling Hall, I-80 at Antelope Road. Those are your top stories. Now back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning.
You're gonna talk.
Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Congratulations to Kevin. Winner of the Big Game Dream Party presented by Mel Rapton Honda. 65-inch television, $2,500 in Lazy Boy furniture, and a $500 gift card to Sprouts Farmers Market. If you did not win, we appreciate you anyways, and you were all still winners, first off, just by being you. And secondly, because you got something. You might have gotten lift tickets. You might have gotten Harris Ranch beef. A lot of stuff. I'm Carmichael Dave. You can text us on the Jiffy Lube text line at 441140. You can call us on the Fire Wings hotline at 1-800-920-1140. And, of course, we invite you to watch the big, strong stream we have, and that's at KHTK.com, brought to you by the Sacramento Republic and, of course, our good friends at Jiffy Lube. Speaking of the Republic, we will have the former majority investor, now that Ron Burkle is on board, and good friend of the station, Kevin Nagel, on this week, I believe, in studio. He's going to come visit with us. And we're going to, don't think I forgot about the big news last week. Huge news for Sacramento. And we are going to get an update, some backstory from Kevin, who, along with Ben Gumpert and that entire team, have been working tirelessly over the last couple years to make this happen. As I understand it, Mr. Burkle will be meeting along with his team with Commissioner Don Garber here very shortly in New York. This is the closest we have been to getting an MLS team. This was the final major box checked. Site is controlled for the stadium. They have literally already broken ground. The commissioner has been out here saying it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. This is the one thing that was missing. And the goalpost got moved a little bit, and we moved with those goalposts. So they have to remain cautious. They have to say all the right things. I don't. There's no reason this team does not get an MLS award. There's no reason. And Ron Burkle doesn't get involved in stuff unless he feels the same. Now, I don't know this, but I highly, highly doubt Ron Burkle is going to put his name on something like this so that he can be embarrassed and not get a team.
Right. Guys don't acquire that much money by making poor decisions.
No, Kyle. No, they do not. So we'll have all of your coverage and the best coverage, really. The best coverage of the fight for Major League Soccer right here on The Drive. A couple of cleanups before we get into football. Kyle, also speaking of best coverage, as first reported before I left for vacation over 10 days ago, Buddy Hield will be in the three-point contest. We were the first to have that. We also learned De'Aaron Fox will be in the skills competition. Luka Doncic will be in the skills competition.
Oh, snap.
I would expect as well, and we reported on this also. I don't know. There could be some other surprises, but from what I've heard, not only is Buddy going to be in the three-point contest and De'Aaron in the skills contest, but in the Rising Stars Challenge, look for De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley and Bogdan Bogdanovic to participate as well.
Bogdan in the Rising Stars Challenge?
He's a sophomore.
He's 30.
That's Buddy, dude. You're getting him mixed up. Yeah, they'll. So the Kings will have quite the representation if it all shakes out that way, which we believe it will, at the All-Star Weekend. So there you go. Screw you, Warriors.
Love All-Star games.
I liked the NBA All-Star Game is probably my favorite.
So I went to the NHL All-Star Game.
Yes, you did.
The way the NHL All-Star Game works, here's how much hockey I follow. Didn't know it worked this way, and it's been this way for 5 years.
Right.
They split the All-Stars into divisions.
Meaning, like, you're an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference All-Star like the NBA does?
Yeah, but by division.
Oh, so like a Pacific division in the NBA?
Yes. So there's four in the NHL. There's the Metropolitan, Atlantic, Central, and Pacific.
Okay.
And so the All-Stars are split up by division, and they play a 3-on-3 tournament. It's 2 10-minute halves.
Okay.
Central plays Pacific. Atlantic plays Metropolitan. The winners play each other in the final.
Okay.
The NBA needs to steal this.
And go 3-on-3?
Yeah, dude. Just 3-on-3, first to 15 by ones and twos. Half court.
I wouldn't mind that.
Dude, I'd be so in. I think they would try way harder because it's more individually competitive. It's only half court, so they don't have to run back and forth down the court.
I would watch that.
I'm so in on it.
I do think they need to provide more incentive in the All-Star Game. And I don't want to see, like, whoever wins gets home court advantage or anything real.
No. And that's why
Gotta be pride.
That's why this opens the door to saying, the league can award, $10,000 per team per win or whatever. But dude, this opens the door to side bets among the players, which incentivizes it. And like I said, 3-on-3 is such a more like just innately competitive thing where you don't want to get cooked in 3-on-3. Like, you got to go try.
Shouldn't they just, instead of the charity aspect, though, which sounds great, I really think that they could come up with a decent amount of money. Like let's say, what do you have, 12 people on the All-Star each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
12-ish, because you get guys who choose to sit out.
So here's what you do. Here's what you do. I'm being serious about this. We can work this out right now. You're telling me that you can't come up, all the sponsors, all the money, everything that goes into this. You can't come up with $12 million for the winning team. That's $1 million a player. $1 million a player. And what you do is it's like the World Series of Poker. You bring that think about $12 million in cash.
Okay, so you could do this. So I'm with you here.
Okay.
But you could do this same thing 3-on-3 style and have the basketball be more entertaining.
Where like the winners take.
Yeah, now you need, let's call it 6 players per 3-on-3 team.
Right.
Now you only need $6 million.
I am here, Kyle, for photo ops and interviews of the winning team just holding massive stacks, like fanning themselves with cash.
Absolutely.
Just literally, they each get a gold wheelbarrow. Like, you lower it from the rafters.
It's in a cage above the court.
Yes. Have the dancers, male and female, have the dancers holding big gold suitcases.
Next on Gold Case.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Shout out 30 Rock fans.
Allow there to be intra-player betting. Like, get James Harden.
Wow, intra-player betting. That's a super smart idea that you just had.
What?
I said this earlier, that it would open the door to players placing bets among themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I was
fine.
not paying attention to you.
I know you weren't.
I was doing something else. So like I said, and Kyle copied, it would completely open the door for inter-player betting. I think that you just have to show them cash.
Yeah.
Cash is, I don't care how rich you are. The difference between having $1 million on national TV given to you and not $1 million is a big deal.
Plus, like I said, the element of 3-on-3 changes the competitive level.
Now, how do you, and the 3-on-3 team, are there any subs?
Yeah, I think it's just free subs.
Okay, what happens though if you have X amount of if you have 6 All-Stars from the Pacific Division, but only 2 All-Stars in the Midwestern Division?
Well, that's what we would have to work out. I think you would have to select All-Star teams differently.
Or why not just have Western Conference East? Or here you go. Screw the divisional thing, because that would be confusing.
Just pick teams?
Do you do the same thing? You have 3 captains, or however many, what would be 12, 24, so that's 8 teams. So you pick 4 captains, your 4 highest vote getters, and then because it couldn't be 4 teams. We're overthinking this because you have to have subs.
Yeah.
So if you've got 24 players, let's say
6 teams.
6 teams of 4? 1 sub?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
That works.
Okay. So 6 teams, 6 captains. They each pick.
Just pick it playground style.
Exactly. And that, by the way, that deal, the draft is televised.
Yeah, and they do it on the court like that night. Like they line everybody up on the baseline.
Yes.
And he said, "LeBron, you have first pick." He's like, "I got whoever."
Obviously, De'Aaron Fox.
Right.
And how about a bonus? The bonus goes to, you get a separate sponsor, and the bonus goes to the Kia, Sprite, Minute Maid, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If the team with the player picked last wins, they split an extra $2 million.
Oh, smart.
Right. So now you have like that player picked last. Oh, it's embarrassing, but now he's the golden player.
Right.
And if his team wins the whole thing,
right,
they're splitting another $2 million. Yeah.
Except the problem with that is whatever team picks last automatically gets that player. Like there's no.
Sure. Then that's the golden. That's the golden team.
I guess because that's your like I guess
that's the least likely team
last.
to win.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And you pick.
I love the idea of 3-on-3 and hoop. Like I really like that idea. You could even have multiple games going on at once.
Can we add a 4-point line?
Sure. Okay. Add whatever you want, dude.
No, you wouldn't want multiple games.
Turn it into the big 3.
You don't want multiple games going on at once. You do like
But you could sell like seating like right up like on that half court line.
What did we say? We said 4 teams?
6 teams of 4. 6 teams. But like I said, you could also just go by division and change how you select All-Stars.
You had 6 teams of 4, though. How would you schedule that out? Because you can't have them playing all day. They'd have to be much shorter games, obviously.
Yeah, like I said, to 12 or 13 or whatever by 1s and 2s.
Okay.
It shouldn't take NBA guys that long to score that many.
6 teams of 4. So what? You'd have to have, what, 2 buys?
No, I don't know. I don't know how you would do it.
Well, Kyle, you can't just bring up a thing.
Let me work it out, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe top 2 vote getters get buys.
This is a pretty big advantage.
Sure.
All right. Can I throw some questions out at you? Football?
Sure.
Because I want to get to your all-star thing, but I think we're going to do that with cold hard facts. I don't want to mush it in here. Did Tom Brady really cheat?
Did Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Is the idea of, in the big scheme of things, I was thinking about this, and listen, I'm so tired of the Super Bowl content. Patriots, cheaters, Deflategate, Spygate.
That's my, you know what? You asked me my least favorite storyline of the week. It's that.
Okay.
We'll see if they can beat him without cheating. Like, dude,
I just want to go out from I want to go out from a different angle. The Patriots really cheat.
Filming practices is pretty egregious.
But it wasn't filming practices at some point on a level. I know this. I was doing some reading while I was gone.
Proud of you.
Thanks. And the Boston Globe put out the story.
Oh, the Boston Globe did. Okay, keep going.
No. Talking about the filming practices of the Patriots. They're the ones that broke a lot of it, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm.
But what a lot of people don't remember is the Boston Globe also had to issue an apology that they got their story wrong. They had to apologize to the franchise for getting the story wrong.
They got penalized for it by the NFL.
They did.
though.
They did. They absolutely did. And the idea there was they penalized the Patriots themselves for doing that. Belichick apologized and said, listen, honestly, and maybe you don't believe him, and I don't want to sound like a sap here. But there are many teams that have film practices before as a regular thing, walkthroughs, et cetera. In fact, you had a guy there, when reading the story, you had the guy, what's his face, that was there in Patriots gear, and you had coaches waving at the camera, opposing team coaches. It's very interesting to read about some of these things here. You had opposing coaches saying, yeah, we've done this, or I've seen this, or I haven't been on a team that hasn't done this. Yeah, it's a gray area. It just makes me wonder, when you get the Montana versus Brady debate, and you and I are both huge Niner fans, and I grew up a Montana guy. But it's always hilarious to me the mental calisthenics people put themselves through being a Niner fan. First off, the dumbest part of that argument is, well, Joe never lost. Joe never lost. He's 4-0. Yeah, stupid. He never lost in the Super Bowl. How many times did he lose in the first round? How many times did he not get there at all? I'd rather have my team get there 8 times to his 4, 9 times now to his 4, and win 5. Like, that is the dumbest of the dumb arguments.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's
that's
like maybe he goes because maybe Montana goes 1-4 in his next 5.
like are we truly not penalizing Montana for being blown out before the Super Bowl?
Like you said, it's honestly the mental gymnastics it takes has made me realize that there's no arguing. I'm gonna say I know what I have to say is backed up by facts.
Sure.
Tom Brady is statistically incredible. He's been to more Super Bowls than anyone. He's won more than any single quarterback has.
Yeah.
He is incredible. And the only way to get around that is by throwing out, like you said, undefeated. Montana was undefeated. Montana never threw an interception in the Super Bowl. Well, Tom Brady's lost this many times. Like, just things that you have to go backwards in the argument to... It's weird. It's weird. So I've decided that I haven't heard a good argument in Montana's favor. And the only people arguing for Montana are 49er fans. And it's like, if you want to view the world through your 49ers glasses, that's totally fine. I'm just not going to argue with you about it.
I mean, I'm a Niner fan who constantly argues the Tom Brady thing.
For Tom Brady.
Right. Well, Brady cheated.
That is dramatically overblown.
Okay, so a couple things. First off, the 49ers owner literally got kicked out of the league for doing things that weren't okay. Now, that didn't have a direct effect, you could say, on gameplay, but if we're going to talk about Carmen policy completely circumvented how to pay players and admitted to it. Jerry Rice used stickum so much that it was falling off his gloves.
The thing, see, that I don't.
I got you.
Have you seen receiver gloves today, man? They're ridiculous.
Steve Young admitted on national television that he used to pay ball boys to keep balls warm and properly inflated on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
Keeping them properly inflated, I don't think that's so bad.
We have this need to tear down any dynasty because it doesn't fit our worldview. I'm not a
Except
Patriot.
the Spurs.
Yeah,
somehow the Spurs are Teflon
right.
in all this.
They're great. You're right, actually. Of course, something will come out at some point that the Spurs were all huffing paint in the huddle or something and got an unfair advantage.
Well, huffing paint?
I don't know. We got a break, but I'm not a Patriot. I don't care. I don't want the Patriots. I don't care. Same thing with Brady, but sometimes I have an issue with the emotional side of arguments. As a guy who's very emotional about stuff with sports. But the mental calisthenics our Niner fans do to try to ensure that their guy's still the best. They hold on to their youth.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, they can do that. I'm just not going to argue with them. Hey, real quick.
Yeah. Was I'm trying to break.
Okay, fine.
You
Let's
sure?
break. Yeah, let's break.
I'm trying to do
what
you
I
tell
have
me
to
do.
break right now.
When we come back, we'll talk about what you were going to say.
Yeah, I have my all-star content. I have a cold hard fact, and I want to talk about that Twitter question of which NBA team was most deserving of a championship that didn't win.
Oh, that's not going to create any controversy. We'll do that next. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, it's Kyle Madsen, Top Story Sports 1140. The Pelicans are looking, Anthony Davis has told the Pelicans have been informed by Anthony Davis, agent Rich Paul is what I was going to say, that the forward will not sign a 5-year, $240 million extension this summer and that he is requesting a trade. That's according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. The Kings lost 122-108 last night to the Clippers to finish their road trip 2-4, but the good news is they come back home. They get a couple of days off before welcoming the Hawks into the Golden One Center on Wednesday. And then Luka Doncic had a good game last night. It's 8:30. Plan now to watch the big game at Sammy's Restaurant, the best food and drink inside Stone's Gambling Hall, I-80 at Antelope Road. Those are your top stories. Now back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, this is my part, isn't it? How about some Pantera, Kyle?
The best morning show on KHTK.
Yep.
The drive continues now.
We need to get the voice guy to update one. The number 12 mid-market morning show in the country. That is official as of today. We're number 12. I am Carmichael Dave. I'm so darned happy to be back. And I'd like to thank, did earlier, I'll do it again, Damian Barling, Jason Ross. I think Cody was in here a few times. And everybody associated with filling in last week for me. I appreciate that.
I think the Mount Rushmore of number 12s goes
Got to be we're
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
Uh-huh.
Texas A&M fans, football fans, and then the drive.
Thank you for not saying the other 12s.
Yeah, ugh.
Right,
It's a
gross.
total ripoff.
Total ripoff. Trash franchise.
Trash chest.
So good to be back. We appreciate each and every one of you. Not thanks to Kyle, though. He had way too much fun last week. I didn't like it.
I did. I had a really good time.
Shut up. Welcome into the drive. Hello.
It's Jerry.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. I missed you.
Yeah, well, just wanted to say thank God for Kyle.
Yeah.
Hey, I say that every day.
That's right. Thank God for Kyle. TGIK.
Hey, can I say a couple of things?
Yeah, go
First
ahead.
of all, All-Star games, other than baseball, they've got to go. The Pro Bowl, what a waste of time.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl's stupid. I'm with you.
NBA, not far behind that. Hockey, the same. I like the skills challenge stuff, but give those guys a break. Give them a week off or shorten the freaking season. It's a waste of time other than baseball.
I disagree as somebody who covered the event, but okay.
Luka, what a big game, but that's all it is. It's just a game, but what a big game.
It's just a game.
And also I'd like to say, you know what? The Kings are. I'm going to finally give them a grade, and I'm going to give them a B.
B.
Going to give them a mid-season B, and I hope that they keep all these guys together, just like I hope they keep everybody from the A's together. Sure hate to see those groups get broken up, and welcome back, Dave. And this call was brought to you by Fire Wings.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, 21 delicious flavors to choose from.
FryerWings.com. Just wing. You know what I like? I like when our callers announce that they're sponsored by our sponsors. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yes.
In fact, if everybody wanted to tag themselves, brought to you by Fire Wings, because they do, in fact, sponsor our phone calls, I'd be great with that.
Do you want my cold hard fact?
I do want your cold hard fact, as long as it's brought to you by Coors Light, Kyle.
It sure is.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Fact of the Day. Here's Kyle Madsen.
Kyle Madsen.
So Steve Kerr technically on Saturday won his 300th career game.
Okay.
It was his 377th game.
Yeah.
Won number 300, so he's 377,
Sort of.
which is outrageous. Right. You had the Luke Walton games that go towards Steve Kerr's record.
What was he,
That's a weird
35
thing.
and 4 or something?
Something insane.
And those are all Kerr's wins.
Right. Okay, so Steve Kerr officially is 377. The Warriors could lose the rest of their games this year. They have 33 games left. And they could lose all 82 games next year. They could go 0 for their next 115, and Steve Kerr's career winning percentage would still be 610.
This smells to me like an actual Kyle cold hard fact.
Yeah, I made that
you
up.
made that. Not you made it up like it's
Right,
fake.
I went and researched it.
You researched that.
Yeah.
I think.
In fact, I'm retweeting myself.
Can I, at the same time appreciating the work you put into it, also give you what I think is constructive criticism?
Yeah, you're going to make a fart noise with your mouth. Do you want to get to my NHL All-Star Game stuff?
I'm not. I promise. What I think would have been a colder hard fact is you should have done the research to see how many games in a row they'd have to lose for him to be at 500. I actually think that would have hit harder.
It would be...
Like,
would have to lose 223 games in a row.
And he'd still be a 500 coach.
Yeah. That's totally outrageous.
That's like such a better fact
Okay.
than what you had.
Okay.
Bitch, Damie doesn't give you criticism like that.
No, he doesn't. He gives me actual constructive criticism.
What were you going to say? What did you say? And then I stopped it.
I was gonna do my All-Star Game stuff.
Yeah, okay. So do we have time here? We have time here? Okay, so Kyle Madsen went to, we need Kyle Madsen traveling music. We should have thought this through. Some do. Kyle went to San Jose, the SAP Center, right?
I did.
HP Pavilion.
The SAP Center.
Okay.
Arco Arena.
Home of the Shark, where they hosted the All-Star Game. Kyle did a little audio diary. Now, this is 4 parts?
8.
8 parts.
8 parts.
The 8-part doc.
Yeah.
Right here.
Starting from the time I got there to the time it ended.
All right. So this first part, this is when you arrived.
Yes.
All right. Roll tape here.
Our audio diary. Kyle Madsen out here at the NHL All-Star Game because I love hockey. I think I'm at the arena for sure. But I don't know where the front is. Do hockey arenas work like other arenas? Or does it all... There's like a lot of doors. Some do not enter tape. I'm not going to go in there. I think I found where I got to get my credential, though, so I'll pick that up and then check back in. But we're here. Check in when we get in the building.
Okay, so here's my problem with my ADD. Can you replay that at least the first 20 seconds? And I want everyone to pick up on how much Kyle is struggling for oxygen. Dude.
Well...
You're on the struggle bus, dude.
I got dropped off because I told my Lyft driver, I was like, yeah, this is fine right here. Wasn't fine. I had to walk so far.
Oh, dude, I didn't even say earlier.
Hey, just so you know, they're all like that. So.
When I got, okay, so we'll move on to number 2. When I got off the boat yesterday in San Francisco, I had left my car in Benicia at my brother's house, so I didn't have to pay for parking. So we took the Uber. It's cheaper. So we get in the Uber.
It was cheaper to go from San Francisco to Benicia
than it was to pay the parking. Yes, it was. So I asked, the Uber driver goes, where are you going? And I put the address in, when you order the Uber.
Yeah.
I'd already put the address in. I said, I put the address in. It's my brother's place in Benicia. Let me tell you. He goes, and I was tired. I admit, I'm normally not like this. He goes, Benicia, the city? And I said, no, Benicia, the country. And we held at eyes for a while. And he was really mad. Apparently, they don't tell them where the destination is in advance.
Lame.
And he was super mad he had to drive that far. And I was like, dude, you're getting paid. He goes, yeah, but then on the way back, I'm empty the whole way back. So I lose all this time. I said, you can't pick up rides on the way back. He goes, I can, but I don't like to drive outside the city. I'm like, dude,
that's lame.
Why are you an Uber driver then?
That's lame.
All right, so part 2.
All right, diary entry number 2. Got my credential. Security guy at the credential place was not that good of a security guy. Definitely could have kicked his ass if I wanted to just get in there, but that's fine. I didn't need to do that. Credentials picked up. They took my photo, and I look ridiculous, but that's kind of the norm. I'm walking around now, and I see a sign for the SAP Center, which is where I'm at, so it confirms I'm in the right place. But now I'm just trying to find the media entrance. I think I know where it is. I've been to a couple Sharks games as a credentialed media member, but I'm uncertain. So I'm just going to walk around, and we'll see what's going on.
I'm Kyle. I've been to I've been credentialed in many out-of-town podcasts.
Hey, quick check-in. It wasn't until I was walking around the stadium just now and observing jerseys that I don't think I could name all 30, 32, 38. I don't know. I don't think I could name all of the NHL teams with a gun put to my head, which is neat. Love hockey.
The text line is killing you, by the way. Too many fire wings, Kyle.
That's true.
You're getting dragged for your. I can't read this whole one, but you can guess where it goes. I haven't heard this much labored breathing since blank.
All right, getting ready to head inside. I found the media entrance. Found some friends, hung out for a little bit, but now I'm going to go in. I'm going to actually get to work. Can't wait.
From the 480, I'm struggling to breathe listening to Kyle.
Not that entertaining, but I can see how this format.
What? What happened there?
Started in the wrong place.
Okay.
All right, so the way the NHL All-Star Game works is they split it up into a tournament, a 3-on-3 tournament, which the NBA needs to do because this is fascinating. The Pacific Division just got waxed by the Central 10-4. It was not that entertaining, but I can see how this format would be entertaining because prior to it becoming a show, it was a lot of fun. So looking forward to the second game and seeing how the rest of this turns out. I forgot the setting that I was in.
Yeah, wow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is it? Are there 31 NHL teams? Is it?
Sure.
All right. How many more clips do we have here?
3.
Okay.
About a minute and a half worth of clips.
All right, roll the next one here.
All right, the second match between the Metropolitan and Atlantic divisions, which exist. I didn't know that until tonight. I love hockey. That one finished with the, I believe the Atlantic division won 7-4. There was an empty net goal at the end that helped them ice that one. So now we go to the championship match. It'll be the Atlantic against the Central.
It was the Metropolitan.
The 2 winners of the first 2 games. I love this setup. I really think the NBA needs to devise a way to do this because it's a lot more fast-paced, it's a lot more fun, and you definitely see the effort change throughout these games as it gets closer, as one team pulls away. So this has been a lot of fun, and man, I love hockey, man. It's great.
I love this setup so much. I don't remember anything about any of the games and who won and who's playing next, but it's rad,
Dude,
bro.
here's how much hockey I follow. It was the freaking All-Star Game. I knew like 6 guys.
All right, next clip.
This is my most important update,
Okay, very good.
Quick update before this third game starts. In the press box, grabbed a cookie, thought it was chocolate chip. It was oatmeal raisin, and this is why nobody likes hockey.
Oh, that's so true, Kyle. Oatmeal raisin is trash. Keep your fruit out of my cookies.
He was 10-5, I think was the final. Oh my goodness, I started in the middle again.
Oh, Kyle.
Brutal. All right, game's over. Heading back to the setting here as I'm walking through a sea of hockey fans, trying not to talk a bunch of crap about how bad the games were and how much I don't know about hockey.
From the 916, was Kyle giving birth based on that breathing?
I'm going to go find a lift right now. Didn't find a lift. But the Metropolitan Division won. That's right. I got that right. I think so. That silence there is just a sea of people walking by me and me wanting to be like, I can't remember who won.
Kyle should have gotten a media cart to schlep his ass around to work it out.
He was 10-5, I think was the final. It was not that fun. But hockey's dope. I love hockey. I think Sidney Crosby was the MVP. That's lame. He got booed every time he touched the puck tonight. It was really funny. Then he responds with the MVP, which is kind of a baller move, not going to lie. All right, I'm going to go find a lift.
Like literally a lift. From the 480, we could go 30 more Kyle clips and it'd still be shorter and more entertaining than Matt George's song. Hey, that's not funny. From the 530, felt so good about myself after hearing that wheezing. I just went out for an extra smoke. Well done. That is Kyle at the NHL All-Star Game.
I love hockey, man.
You do, and you obviously and
hockey.
you know a lot about it.
I do. Sidney Crosby and Erik Karlsson was there.
Alex Ovechkin.
He did not play, but he was definitely there.
Totally there, though, dude.
Yeah.
Felix Potvin. Ty Domi.
No.
Mark Messier.
Max Domi.
Wayne Gretzky.
Uh-huh.
Gordie Howe.
Owen Nolan was in the building. Sharks legend.
Joe Thornton.
Devin Dubnyk. He was a goalie.
Ron Hextall. Grant Fuhrer.
I think. Whoa.
Yeah. Don't mess with my hockey knowledge, bro. When we come back, Kyle's going to have just a couple minutes here to study. When we come back, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So there are 16 hockey teams in the Eastern Conference and 15 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, but Seattle's getting a team to even it out.
Okay, that's still dumb. But okay. How many hockey teams will Kyle be able to name without looking? We're going to figure out. And everybody on the text line at 441140, I want an over-under. Set the number, take a guess. There's no prize here, just pride. How many hockey teams will Kyle be able to name without looking at the screen? We're back after these words. Sports 1140.
This is a
HTK.
load.
He feeds it to Noah, hands it right back to Conley, goes to the right wing, gets the edge of the paint, mishandles the ball, controls it, looks for a cutter. It's Caspi, high floater, too strong, no good. Ollie Stein being held off by Noah, saves it from going out of bounds with a behind-the-back flip to Yogi Ferrell. Drives into the front court, sets up the alley-oop. Here's Willie, and Willie Cauley-Stein with a thunder dunk coming hard on the right wing. Your Petkus brothers moment of the game.
Oh, you had I couldn't hear because you had the button pressed. So I didn't know. You're doing fun things. It's good to be back. That was your Petkus brothers moment of the game from the victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. Get the spectacular backyard you've always wanted with a beautiful Petkus brothers patio or sunroom. Best price, best value, guaranteed every day. Yes, Kyle, I'm in the middle of talking about Petkus brothers. What do you want?
I feel like there's something behind you.
Yeah, the studio wall. What do you?
No, beyond that. Look over yonder.
Oh, hey! It's the Petkus brothers. Hey, true story. I'm about to call Kevin Petkus.
Nice, dude.
Thinking that I want to get one of those porchy things.
Yeah, smart.
What are they called? The overhangs.
Uh-huh.
Right?
An awning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But not an awning, like where you can sit underneath and it.
Patio cover.
Yeah.
The beautiful backyard you've always wanted.
Before we went to break, by the way, what's on tap? There's nothing on tap. There's nothing going. There's some basketball.
Kings don't play till Wednesday.
Yeah, Kings don't play till Wednesday. There's no football and whatever. All right. A lot of people weighed in on Kyle Madsen.
What's the general over-under?
I'll give you some here. There are 31 teams in the NHL.
Okay.
Here are what people are guessing. How many can Kyle name without looking? 13, 8, 14, 6, 11, 12.
Damn, no respect.
11, 16. Oh,
I'm giving my what?
Two people said one said 24 and one said 25.
That's closer to where I'm at. I think I might be able to get all 31.
I think you might be able to get all without looking.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking at you. Okay. And here's the deal. You can't look down. So like, what are you doing right now?
I'm writing. I'm writing them down. The ones I can remember.
I will keep tally. I want you to look directly through the window.
Okay.
I will keep tally, and everybody along at home can keep a tally as well. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
NHL teams without looking. How many can Kyle name? Go.
Sharks, Ducks, Kings, Coyotes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stars. The Dallas Stars.
Oh, not the Fresno Stars.
Dallas Stars.
5.
The Winnipeg Jets.
6.
The Florida Panthers.
7.
The Carolina Hurricanes.
8.
New Jersey Devils.
9.
The New York Islanders.
10.
New York Rangers.
That's 11.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Well,
This is why I wanted to write them down.
yep, can't do it.
So Flyers, I did the Winnipeg Jets already, right? The Minnesota Wild, the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers,
Yeah, you're right, because you're probably gonna say a couple twice.
Buffalo Sabres,
Sounds good.
the See, this is I should have been writing them down because I can't remember which ones I said and which ones I didn't.
I can't either.
The Vancouver Canucks are a team for sure. The Nashville Predators are a team.
It's kind of a weird name for a team.
Yeah, the Predator. I know,
I
but
like
their
that.
logo is really cool with the saber teeth. I said the Wild already, right? Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay. The Detroit Red Wings, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Boston Bruins. Are you keeping track of which ones I've named?
Yeah, dude, 22. You might have said a couple twice.
No, I definitely haven't.
Nah, the text line will blow up if you do. I'll rely on them.
The Las Vegas Knights, the Ottawa Senators. Those are two teams, definitely. The Columbus Blue Jackets, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Which ones am I missing?
You have 5 left.
Liar.
No, you're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. You're at 26.
Is that actually... You've actually been keeping track? You just show a piece of paper.
Tally. No, look at the tally marks. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, I really wish you would let me write these down. Because if I was writing them down, I could definitely get them. Now that I'm really thinking about it.
Okay, so let's stop it at
Okay.
26. Did you say the Montreal Canadiens?
No.
No, you didn't.
That's one I would have. Had I gotten to write them down.
Did
Yeah,
you
Montreal
say-
for sure.
Did you say the Sharks?
I did say the Sharks. It was the first team I
I
said.
don't believe you said the Los Angeles Kings.
I did. I said Sharks, Ducks, Kings were the first three I said.
Coyotes? Arizona
Yep, that
Coyotes?
was the fourth team I said.
Avalanche?
Oh, did not say the Colorado Avalanche.
Okay, so
I know one of their all-stars was Nathan McKinnon, though. Again, had I gotten to write these down, I would have been fine.
did you say Maple Leafs?
Toronto Maple Leafs, I didn't.
So Maple.
How did I miss the original 6 team? Brutal.
You didn't say the Maple Leafs, the Avs, or the Canadiens.
Right.
Yeah, nobody knows who they are.
And the Avs used to be the Quebec
Did you
Nordiques.
say the Bruins?
I did say the Bruins.
Did you say the Capitals? Islanders?
I didn't say the Caps.
Islanders?
They just won it. Jeez. I did say the Islanders.
We're missing one team that you didn't say. And I'm comfortable not knowing who that team is. 26 is pretty good, Kyle.
And I definitely, if I'd gotten to write them down, I would have been better off.
Oh, everyone's saying you didn't say the Blackhawks.
Oh, geez, it's my best friend's favorite team.
Didn't they just win it too?
A few years
within
ago.
the last couple of years, few years.
Yeah, Chicago, of course.
Blackhawks,
Yep.
Caps.
I feel I got
Avalanche.
cheated. I feel I got cheated because I didn't get to write the names down. And I was worried about dead air and not thinking.
From the 916, if he leaves off the Blackhawks, I'm never listening again. Thanks, Kyle.
I know that Jonathan Taves is severely underrated. You're welcome. Dustin Byfuglien carried them to a championship, I think, in 2010.
Okay, honest question.
Yeah.
You have to cover 3 months of one sport. You can choose between hockey or professional wrestling. Which one do you have more fun?
Hockey for sure.
I'm surprised.
Because I actually enjoy hockey. I just don't know enough about it, and it's really tough to get into to where I know enough about it to follow it really closely.
Are you sad that if I was still on vacation, you would be talking about Royal Rumble today?
No.
No? Wow. Shouts at Damien. Okay. Wow.
I don't know anything about wrestling. I can name way more hockey teams than I can wrestlers. I can name all 31 teams. And I could also match their jerseys.
You couldn't name 31 wrestlers?
No chance.
Of all time?
No chance.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I could.
I bet I could get to a dozen.
Even with like Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior.
George the Animal Steel, Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant would have gotten. Macho Man Randy Savage would have
Ronda
gotten.
Rousey, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Daniel Bryan.
I
think that taps me out.
The Hart brothers, right?
Bret Hart. Oh, Kane. Undertaker. Oh, my gosh. I'm killing this now. Can we go? We have to go.
Who's the Olympian? Kurt Angle.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. For Kyle Madsen, for Eunice behind the glass, and all of you, we always appreciate you tuning in. Jim Rome is next. Full shows today from everybody. Jim Rome next, followed by The Lowdown and Grant and Doug. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your broadcast day on Sports 1140 KHTK. Bye.
Sports 1140 KHTK.